welcome to this channel. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe to our channel. Rivers crisis in the news. The commissioners, SAs, PAs, and all these appointments were made by WIKE, not FUBARA. Who said this? Ankyo Briggs, Rivers Elder State woman and women's rights advocate, and Ankyo Briggs has broken her silence on the lingering political crisis in Rivers State, shedding light on what she believes ignited the bitter fallout between the Federal Capital Territory FCT Minister Nyesom Wike and his successor, Governor Siminalayi Fubara. In a video shared by Symphony TV on its official YouTube channel, Ankyo Briggs made a startling revelation while recounting the events that sparked the crisis in 2023. According to her, most of the political appointments in the state were not made by Governor Fubara or by the former Governor Wike, who still wielded significant influence even after leaving office. In May 2023, when all of his crisis started, we became aware that the commissioners, the special advisors, personal assistants, and all of these appointments were made by the former governor and not the present governor, he said. Some of these things were what caused the blow-up between the former governor and the sitting governor. Ankyo Briggs explained that such an arrangement naturally created tension, as it left Fubara with little control over his own administration. She stressed that the governor must have the constitutional right and freedom to choose the people he wants to work with without undue interference from his predecessor. Her comments add a new dimension to the ongoing Rivers political crisis, which has seen a series of suspensions, reconciliations, and power struggles between the camps of Wike and Fubara. While there are speculations that some suspensions may soon be lifted, the root cause of the crisis, according to Ankyo Briggs, remained the control of political structures and appointments in Rivers State. Well, there is no doubt about the statement that is made by the activist Ankyo Briggs, because politics in Nigeria is about control, it's about leadership, it's about who is in charge of structure. And if you look at some antecedents, looking at Lagos State, for example, the incumbent president was fully in control of Lagos State for over 24 years and even up till date. And as a result of that, there are other people in different climes in the country that want to reciprocate such a gesture. But, well, they didn't understand that sometimes what is good for the geese might not be good for the gander. It might even be difficult to practice. Something that was easily, done in a particular climate might not work so simply as it were in another climate. And that is the kind of situation we are seeing even in Rivers State. And not only that, with the way it is done in a particular climate, if it is done in another way in another climate, it might not really work. So if what Ankyo Briggs is saying, is asserting, is true, how do we expect it to work when everybody that Fubara is supposed to work with are appointed by his own predecessor, meaning that he doesn't have any input, his own men are not on ground? Even how will he be able to operate? I hope his kitchen cabinet too are not appointed by Wike, because these are some of the situations that we are going to look into. The oddness of the fact that he is going to head an administration in which he is not going to have his say, then it's as good as he not being there at all. He became a statue, ordinary effigy, just standing in place. How can he say he's the governor of his state and is ruling by proxy? Another person is the one ruling while he is just there fronting. And Wike too should understand the fact that he has done his tenure, he should leave. Even though he may want to try to reciprocate what Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu did in Lagos, you should always remember that Rivers is not Lagos. Lagos is purely a Yoruba land. And Rivers State is not a Yoruba land. It's Niger Delta. We have mixed people there, both Igbos and other people on that particular land. Ishekiri people, or is it Ijaw people now? They are there. And you should understand that you cannot just think that we import some, strange situation into that place and expect everything to just go freely and fully like that. No. FUBARA will resist, because there is no way if we want to say he want to take over the structure that we allow the governor even to breathe. He's strangulating the man. And that's the situation. And I could see and feel what Ankyo Briggs is trying to, paint for the public to see. But then that is the genesis of the problem ab initio before the state of emergency was declared. We should have even be thanking the president in disguise, because we don't know the plan of WIKE, as it were. His sole plan was to remove FUBARA completely. And it will have been to the detriment of the people of Rivers State, because for at least a change, they have a new person in power who is not a fighter, who is not a troublesome maker like the likes of WIKE, fighting, even being in power, having issues with his predecessor and the likes. And he wants to continue such a trend again with the newbies that come to power. And then the Rivers State people don't want such a thing. I even want to commend them for the full support they gave to FUBARA, even in the process of being out of power for 6 months. If FUBARA breathe or say anything on the social media handle, the people of Rivers State rejoice. They move. At least it shakes them. But if it's a WIKE, they know he's ruling by brute force, and it ought not to be. He has done his tenure, he should go. But then, now that we are having a new time, that FUBARA is coming in after 6 months interregnum, maybe we should say he has gone to leave, a sabbatical leave for 6 months, and for the remaining 3 years of his tenure, he's going to be seriously at work. I think he should be allowed even to appoint his own commissioners, special advisors, personal assistants, his kitchen cabinets, and every other appointment that it may be. And also, looking at the fact that WIKE has successfully taken over the local government, and the structure at the grassroots is in his hand, well, he should be allowed FUBARA to also be in charge of the structure at the state level. This is very, very important. But politicians, as they are talking straight, are generally selfish. They don't care who succeeds God. As long as their opinions and their visions are not aligning, you become an enemy. And like they always say, they don't have permanent friends. And that's what is playing here in Rivers politics. But be it as it may, I think as FUBARA will come back now, he needs to have learned some things, gleaned some knowledge from what has happened in the last 6 months. And even before the last 6 months, some of the fight. And by now, he should be a much more mature politician and a better administrator that will be able to navigate the muddy and dirty water of politics and still come out well. He should understand right now that he's going to wrestle with the pigs. He cannot say, like Fashola said, that he doesn't want to exchange God or wrestle with the pigs. He's going into the muddy water now. He should be ready to make sure that he overcome at the end of the day. 2 years before him, he has a lot to do. 1 year will be for campaign, and he needs to deliver for the people of Rivers State. And the 6 months they have lost, he needs to find a way to recover it for them. The people of Rivers State are waiting, and I hope he's not going to let them down. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe to our channel. Thank you.